I never wear glasses, even though I should. But tonight, this segment is called Side Deck Shenanigans. Obviously about side decking. Various shenanigans you can do with that. Cards that you can play. Now, I'm not going to go over obvious cards and say, hey, play this because it's obvious. Just going to throw out some cards on whenever I feel like it days that I side deck, my choice. You know, just if I find it something that I like to use that not everyone does, I might throw it on here and just see what kind of responses that gets. So, if you've already read the title, you know that this video, tonight's episode, is on Necrovalley. See, if I had any knowledge whatsoever in doing special effects, you would have seen a Necrovalley card about here. But that's all I got right now. Necrovalley. One of my favorite side deck cards right now that I've used in almost every deck I've played. Best results I got was in Black Wings. I tried it out most in that. It was because there was only like one card that in the deck that it hurt really, so it was like whatever, throw Necrovalley in there. But like the reason Necrovalley is so good is obvious. We all know Necrovalley is good. It changes the way that your opponent has to think about the game when you play this, especially when you're not playing Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers on their own are bad enough because of Necrovalley. Necrovalley is just a card that pretty much stops graveyard plays. As we all know, this is obvious, blah 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 blah. Moving on. But if we've noticed anything in the last few years of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that graveyard-based decks have come in abundance. Whether it's effects that target cards in the graveyard, that activate in graveyard, which Necrovalley does not stop, or banishes from graveyard. Which, yeah. Prophecy, Boojins, plants to some degree, targeting in the grave, and banishing for Spore. Dragon Rulers, when they were at full force, banish from grave. Targeted grave, Redox plays, whatever. Necrovalley shut down a lot of this. But Necrovalley was just, you know, played in Gravekeepers mostly, besides various decks, that Malefic skill drain decks that sided in. I started playing it in other decks, and to very good results, I might add. I played this in Black Wings, as I said, if you might have saw my deck profile, and like I would side out Blizzards sometimes. Most of the time I didn't even side out Blizzard because they made it a priority to get rid of Necrovalley. Of course, if it hurts your deck, you're going to try to get rid of it. So the Blizzard was never dead. It's just a tech for thought, if you will. If your deck does not have too many graveyard-based cards and does not already run a field spell, you might want to give Necrovalley a try, because there's still plenty decks that banish from grave, of course, and that target the grave. There's always a few cards that target the grave, and Necrovalley can alter that. Plus, it's fairly good against Boojins, as I've already stated. Unless you verse that Boojin deck that happens to put in Closed Forest or Blackguard and Boojins. But even then, well, unless it's Closed Forest. If you've played another deck with a field spell, you don't have to waste your MSTs because you got your own field spell. Not the best plays I'm going to throw out there, but it's just something that I tried out. I'm not saying it's the greatest side deck option in the universe. I'm saying that it's something to try, especially if you have nothing to lose from it and all to gain. But this was just my general opinion on Necrovalley and what it does. We all know what it does, though. But try it in non-Gravekeeper decks. See how it works, because as long as you don't touch the grave too much, it shouldn't be a problem. And even then, as long as you put it in a match where your opponent needs the graveyard more than you, they're going to get rid of it for you, and then you can just do your graveyard plays then. Set up your graveyard plays, blah blah blah, spam the field, or whatever you do in the graveyard, activate Necrovalley, continue from there. But anyway guys, this was Side Deck Shenanigans, and Jables out.